just about it, I think. It's the Balmoral Handicap, the closer, and away they go. Shout was a little bit slow to go. Godwinson restrained in the early stages. On the right hand side, the stand side, Haggas-trained leading a small group, including Crown of Oaks and also Godwinson, as they race through the first furlong. Oliver Show as well. Now the rest of the pack all coming over to get a lot more sociable, with fifth column right there. Shout to the fore. The early pace doesn't look too strong. Or Randy in a noseband. Body Bennu just behind them. Cerulean Bay to the outside of the group in the light blue jacket. Wide of the group is Holloway Boy, with Theory of Everything and EBT's Guard and Native Warriors towards the outside of the group as well. As they head past the halfway stage, Great Acclaim further back with Tribal Chief Witch Hunter held up. Bo Pedro held up as well. Greek Order likewise, and Arasaig towards the rear. And on the stands rail is Golden Mind. Heading on now towards the final 3.5 furlongs. And it's Crown of Oaks, the overall leader, to Haggas-trained and Shout. These three, followed out wide by Cerulean Bay and Holloway Boy and Randy. Behind the leaders, fifth column is switching for a run. Oliver Show is coming through quite well. EBT's Guard on the far side. And it's Crown of Oaks from Shout. Holloway Boy out wide. Cerulean Bay or Randy. Native Warrior beginning to finish off well just behind EBT's Guard. It's Crown of Oaks on the near side of Holloway Boy. EBT's Guard, he's flying on the far side. They race towards the line. Crown of Oaks all out. Crown of Oaks and EBT's Guard with Holloway Boy between them. Then Native Warrior, and behind those was Shout.
Tom Marquand is our last winning rider on Champions Day of 2025, with a superb from the front ride there on Crown of Oaks.
Yeah, I thought I might manage to pinch one earlier in the day, to be perfectly honest. But I'll take the last. He was really good for me there. He found a beautiful rhythm up in front. He was back down to the miles, so I was always confident that he'd go and see out that last furlong well. But he needed every bit of sort of grit and determination to get him through. Look, he's sort of the epitome of what Somerville Lodge and William does best, and just get horses to start progressing and find their legs. And yeah, he's really starting to find himself, and yeah, hopefully he can be a fun horse for the future.
I'm sure he will. I mean, we'll just pause. Well, they've weighed in, which is good news. We know you've weighed in, Tom. Tell me, is he a natural miler, or would 10 furlongs be better for him?
Look, I'd say he's definitely one of those. Circumstances are probably the biggest thing. Ascot, autumn ground. I know it's not really soft, but it's just that little bit testing. The mile's fine. Equally, you know, when the ground's a bit quicker on a sharper track, we can go back up to the 1.25 miles and know full well that he's going to see it out. I'd say pretty versatile horse, and one that's improving. And yeah, look, hopefully we're going to find a bit of progression from him now.
I hope so. He's won off 99 today, Tom. I mean, how far could he go?
Oh, look, once you're winning off those sorts of marks, you obviously start looking at pattern company and the possibilities of travelling. Obviously, it's no secret that William and the team love sending horses down to Australia. Whether he's a candidate for that, possibly. I know, obviously, Tony Bloom and Ian McAlevey, his owners, don't mind a trip down there as well. So, look, there's plenty of doors ajar for him at the moment, but it's just seeing which one we want to step through with him.
Exciting future.
Nice. Cheers.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks. Appreciate it. William, that was another beautifully trained horse for the moment. Were you happy with that?
Yeah, I was delighted with the result, but I'm a bit perplexed how in the mile race today the winner was 100 to 1 and came from track 1 and went up the far side. So we took a view that we'd come down the stand side regardless, because we were drawn 23 of 23, and they all followed. I mean, it's perplexing stuff, I can tell you. But I'm delighted that happened, and he looked very happy in front and stayed on well.
Yeah. We were just saying, we thought he had a lovely rhythm on the horse. As soon as he left the stalls, he was doing just the right amount and looked very comfortable.
Yeah, I thought that, and he pricked his ears at the junction. And, you know, look, he's a talented horse. He went up 15 for winning at Ascot in the summer. And stupidly, we ran him that was my fault, at the Curragh. But he's had a nice freshen up, and we haven't done a lot with him. And he looked great today, and he's obviously talented.
Very much so. Where do you see him as his best trip now? He's shown he can drop back to a mile here. He can do both maybe, 10 and a mile.
Possibly, yeah. I don't think that's a problem. I think rhythm is important to him. And, you know, he's going to go up 4 or 5 now, I suppose. So 105 takes him out of handicaps effectively, so it'll be stakes races next year.
Yeah, there's more to come, clearly, isn't there?
We hope.
Little reflection on Economics' his run today, coming back after a long absence.
Yeah, a bit fresh and drawn wide, and we took the view to go back. It was probably a mistake. And he ran from Swinley Bottom to the turn. He was doing too much, and he ran out of puff at the end. But he was a bit rusty, and I thought he'd be a bit rusty, and only an idiot like me would run him in a race of such quality, first time for a year. So I've only got myself to blame.
So what will happen to him next, do you think?
I've no idea. Sheikh Issa unfortunately couldn't be here today, so I'll give him a call on the way home and we'll discuss what happens next.
Lovely to see you in the winners' enclosure.
Thanks, nice to be here, Mike. Thank you.
On the far side, they race towards the line. Crown of Oaks all out. Crown of Oaks and the EBT's Guard with Holloway Boy between them. Then Native Warrior, and behind those was Shout.
Well, you'd have to have the hardest of hearts not to be happy for William Haggas, who's had a trying day so far, but Crown of Oaks has won the finale, the Balmoral, in these silks of Tony Bloom and Ian McAlevey, who've had such a fine season. Tom Marquand doing the steering has made just about every yard up the stands rail, would you believe it? And the horses in stalls 1 and 2 have finished 2nd and 3rd, EBT's Guard and Holloway Boy. Stall 23 wins it, though. They race broadly as one group, stand side. 5-1 Crown of Oaks. He's not quite as short as he has been most of the season, but he has managed to dominate.
Yes, best handicapped horse probably wins the race, but he has been able to dominate the race from the front. It's not an easy tactic to pull off on this straight track at Ascot by any means. Just looking where the runner-up and the third come from, they're kind of over the other side of the pack, aren't they? EBT's Guard and Holloway Boy, who were both drawn, I think they were stall 1 and 2, weren't they? So 23 has beaten 1 and 2, but the puzzling factor to me watching it was that nobody wanted the far side.
I know, it is utterly bizarre.
It is really, given that the one horse that actually raced over there on the straight track won the QE2 at 100-1. But anyway, look, he's been a superbly progressive horse through the season. Typical Haggis campaigning, nicely handicapped at the start of his 3-year-old season, slowly but surely progressing. He had that form in the book, and as I say, it's not an easy track over a mile to come out and boss a race and make all of the running. He's beaten 2 rock-solid operators in EBT's Guard and Holloway Boy into 2nd and 3rd. Shout in 4th, again came into it in really good
Native Warrior
form.
in 5th.
Yeah, so it's good, strong handicap form. This is a horse who probably has a pattern class future.
They've had a hell of a season, this firm, with the assistance of Patrick Veach, with so many good horses. Santorini Star turned into a Group 1 performer, and Sky Majesty winning pattern races, and Lake Forest couldn't manage to get it done in Australia today, but they've rounded the day off on a high. As says William Haggas, Crown of Oaks wins the Balmoral.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.